Hello dear ones, welcome to Amazing Wool and welcome again to Amazing Wool. Welcome back to a super beautiful scarf. Today I'm showing you a scarf in gradient wool by Teddy. Indeed, with this wrapped in white thread with a wavy wool, very interesting structure inside, and how I will show you now how I crocheted this cute scarf. Wishing you all a lot of fun now. So dear ones, let's get started with this beautiful wool here from Teddy. We have a colorful one here. We have orange pink, but also a bit of beige, brown and red. Bread, knitting yarn, 100 grams, 100 meters length. It actually costs 3.55 euros. For sizes 6 to 8 hooks, I am actually going to crochet with the size 8, which I have ready here. And we got 100% Polish here. We have Krona printed small here. So this is the color mix, and first I'm getting the center out of the wool. What? It has worked very well before. I need to check to find the center here again.
Subtitles by the Amara.org community.
There you can definitely see very nicely what colors are included. Here it actually goes back to the other color tone. So I had a lot of beige here and once framed by the brown tones. How is the thread structured? We have this plush part here and then we have this little thread that stabilizes it. And I believe these are actually 2 individual threads that are still wrapped around it. Really interestingly done. This also creates a wave shape in it. And I'm actually starting the scarf with a chain of air stitches and I'm casting a multiple of the air chain. Start with 2 as air stitches. That's what I'm going to do first. 14 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ist ein Hahn und Sunda. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You see it really works very well with the needle strength.
Okay.
It's a bit restless. The wave pattern, of course. Therefore, indeed, if I would stretch this and crochet it straight here, I could also use a smaller needle. But due to the volume and, of course, the waves, then I skip the first 3 stitches, go into the 4th stitch and do the 4th stitch and crochet a firm loop. Then I take a chain stitch, skip the next stitch, which is this one here, and crochet again a fixed stitch, then another air stitch, skip a stitch down here into the next stitch, crochet a firm stitch, a chain stitch, then skip a stitch again, crochet a single crochet stitch again. So always alternate between single crochet stitches and chain stitches. And for each chain stitch, I just let below 1 air mesh in the original chain here. Then again, a chain stitch. And I only have 2 left, so it fits perfectly. Then crochet a solid stitch into the last stitch here. So here I have my first row in the pattern, and you see when I pull it apart like this, I always have these gaps in it. This is always below the air stitches that I've crocheted, and that's exactly where I crochet my solid stitches in the next row. I take 2 air stitches for the height, or 1 for the height and 1 to withstand already. Bridging of the fixed stitch that I have crocheted here, and also as a puncture site for the 3rd row, because that's where I crochet. Then indeed there sits a solid stitch around the row. You'll naturally see shortly. I'm starting now by having made a single crochet here, then took another chain stitch. This chain stitch I just crocheted then lies here over the single crochet of the previous row. And now it's back to single crochet and chain stitches all the way to the other side. Always alternating. And then I arrive at this little chain of air stitches from the beginning, which I left over. I crochet my last solid stitch of the row around that. And you see here now each of the single crochets already in the lighter color tone over here. Consider that's the beauty of this pattern. It is poked deeper. This gives you such gentle color transitions. Include the previous row as well, especially when you have such quick gear changes. How's like here? So I'm taking 2 air stitches again, turning the whole thing around once, and then crochet around the air chain stitches of the previous row again. Always alternate single crochet and chain stitches, of course. And I've already reached the end here.
Subtitles by the Amara.org
Here,
community.
I am actually crocheting around these little 2 chain stitches that I take at the beginning of each row, just as height and as distance and entry point for the next row, as I just took it again. And let's continue. Around the next chain stitches, insert into air mesh, crochet, single crochet, chain stitch. Then the next stitch, the next solid stitch. Here I have actually quite tone on tone in this row. And in the next one, as you can see here already, a slight color change is coming in again. Let's take another look together. So I'm going to crochet a couple of rows now, and then I'll crochet a bit more on my own, and of course show you an intermediate result later. How it naturally dyes with the colors here develops. So always crochet air stitches, solid stitches alternately. Two chain stitches for the height. The turning chains, here you can already see very nicely the structure, how the whole thing works. And continue back. Single crochet, chain stitch, single crochet, chain stitch, single crochet. And then I'm already back on the nose. Arrived on the side. You can also see the pattern just 5, 6, and in between are the chain stitches. And yet you gain space relatively quickly. And in height with the stitches. Oops, I crocheted the work thread in here, which I didn't mean to do, of course. So you can, of course, see it again very nicely here.
Like how the colors here just interlock.
And here I now have the update for you. So you see it has developed here from the beige and brown towards this orange. Then I have here the first pink. Here actually with a relatively light color transition. The darker pink or almost red tone. And then it continues with the rounds. Really a very nice color change for this pattern. I have a little bit of the wool in front of me, and then I have a second ball. So my dears, I have now actually crocheted over a complete ball of wool. The scarf has actually reached a fairly good length. A person with you. And I let the other ball go again.
So I have it here.
Now the end thread, I pull it out completely. It will of course be sewn up. And here you can now see again how clear. Very, very nice. The cute colors with the sweet transitions. It is always framed here. We have this here. Darkest shade. Around this, then the pink tones, the orange, the same here. Then once around the shade with the brown and the orange. And then we have this here once again with the dark color. The whole, each separated with the white. And really a nice structure pumped through the wool. this wrapped and this light wave shape, very, very pretty. And of course, I hope you all enjoyed and had fun. If so, leave thumbs up, subscribe bells. Don't forget to activate, and then we'll see each other. See you next time at Tolla Wolla. Until then, bye.
Subtitles by the Amara.org community.